Hey guys, how's it going? It's Gina with Impressive Glow Spray Tan and Spray Tan Training, where my sole mission is to help women, moms, single moms learn how to become financially independent by building a side hustle as a spray tan technician. Now today's video I'm excited about because I get this question a lot. Do you spray tan men? And if so, what are your rules? So if you're interested in learning about some of the rules and some of the guidelines that I have set as a spray tan technician in terms of spray tanning men, stay tuned. Alright guys, so the question comes up a lot. Do you spray tan men? And if you do, is it weird? Short answer, yes, it can be weird. Yes, absolutely. Spray tanning men is not the most comfortable thing until you get comfortable with it. I have set a couple rules in terms of, my requirements in terms of spray tanning men. And ultimately, when it comes down to it, trust your gut, make sure you're comfortable, make sure your significant other is comfortable, because sometimes that can be an issue. But here are a couple of things that I've established for spray tanning men. So number one, your spray tan, when it comes to technique, there really isn't a lot of difference in terms of spray tanning men. Your prep instructions are going to be the same. The only thing that I do make sure to be prepared with when I know I'm going to spray tan men is, especially men who don't shave like their legs and stuff like that, is I usually will always add about an extra ½ ounce of solution to my spray tan gun, only because it takes a little bit more solution to penetrate through a lot of that hair, especially on men's legs. So I always want to be prepared that I have a little bit more solution in my gun, just so that I don't run out mid spray tan. I do slow down a little bit my technique when it comes to those areas, just because I want to make sure we're penetrating all that hair, we're getting to their skin, not enough to where we're oversaturating, but enough to where I know that I've penetrated that hair and we've gotten solution directly on their skin. So really, when it comes to technique wise, there's not a huge difference when it comes to spray tanning men. The difference in terms of spray tanning men is all about the approach. People ask, do you spray tan men nude? When you were mobile, were you going to men's homes? So those are the kinds of questions that I'm here to answer for you in terms of you setting up your business, what you should or should not be comfortable with, what you think other spray tan technicians do. And I'm gonna tell you, across the board, women spray tan technicians, women who own businesses, are just gonna do whatever they're comfortable with. There's nothing that says you have to spray tan men. You don't have to be comfortable with that. So if that's your choice not to spray tan men, 100% go with your gut, go with what feels right to you. So a couple of the things I've established: when I first started spray tanning, I was doing mobile spray tanning. And I did have a couple men call me at the very beginning wanting to do spray tans, and doing spray tans mobily for just men by themselves was not something that I or my significant other was comfortable with me doing. I didn't feel comfortable going into a man's home by himself and doing a spray tan. So I absolutely did not do that. The only exception I made when it came to spray tanning men in a mobile situation is if it was for a couple. And for a couple I was comfortable with. Normally it was for like a referral, or I knew the wife or girlfriend. Because a lot of times what happens is they're going on vacation, and men too, they want to have a little bit of color, and when they get down to the beach and feeling good with their significant other, because she's probably going to be getting a spray tan. So that was one of the exceptions, was I had to be comfortable enough to where I either knew them or they were a good referral, and it was at a couple that were maybe going on vacation or wedding or stuff like that. So that was my only exception to do for mobile. It just wasn't comfortable. I mean, I was already freaked out going into other people's homes. I couldn't imagine going into a home with a man by myself and doing a spray tan. So those were my ground rules. You had to be with a significant other doing this, and I had to have the comfort level to know that it was safe enough for me. Because trust me, from the get-go, from the jump, if there are creepy guys who are calling you to do a mobile service and maybe they're lying that they have a girlfriend or they have something, you'll know. Trust your gut instinct. Women, we have that intuition. We know if something doesn't feel right. So please use that discretion. Use use what your gut is telling you whether you should do the spray tan or not, because no spray tan appointment is worth the cost of something that's going against how you feel. So make sure you take that into consideration. Now I spray tan in my home, which is a little bit safer for me. You know, I've gotten so used to people coming to my home, new people. I don't have a problem with people knowing where I live. I'm very comfortable with that situation. Now in terms of men, if they have been referred to me by somebody I personally know or somebody that I've spray tanned before, absolutely, I will absolutely accept appointments for men. If I don't know you and if I don't get a good feeling, I will not book that appointment. That's just, again, going with my gut, what feels good to me in my home, and what I'm gonna allow here. So you have to be also, again, referred or come as a couple, or I have to feel, you know, extremely comfortable with that situation. Now, in terms of the actual spray tan, all men are required to wear some type of undergarment, be it boxer briefs or a Speedo or something covering their whole bottom portion. I know some spray tan technicians are happily spray tanning men in the nude, and that's completely fine if that's their discretion in their studio. When it comes to me, that is just not okay. Now I'm gonna give you a couple reasons why. One, it's uncomfortable. As a spray tan technician, we're kneeling down in front of people to get all areas of the body. That is not some place I wanna be kneeling down in front of whatsoever. So it eliminates that uncomfortableness for you, and a lot of times for men. Sometimes if it's their first spray tan, they don't know exactly what to expect from a spray tan, so they can be taken by surprise also. So that eliminates kind of that embarrassment for each of you guys. But also, the FDA has only approved DHA, which is the ingredient in your spray tan solution, to only be used for external use on the skin. So any kind of exposed area for men, which would be if they were completely nude, is not approved. It's not safe. It's literally not a safe place to get a spray tan in that area. It's not. So it's only approved for external use only. And so thank goodness I've never had a situation where I've had to overly explain that. And I literally have only spray tanned maybe 10 men in the last probably 3 years. And it's always been at a couple situation or been people that I have known, and I've never had to overly explain that. That brings me to my next point, is that if you are spray tanning and making an appointment for a male in studio or mobile, and they're not comfortable or they don't understand why you have particular guidelines and rules set in place, such as I either need to know you or you need to be a couple, or I'm gonna bring my husband with me to this appointment, or you just don't get that good feeling from it, don't do the appointment. This is your business. That will speak volumes for you. If already you feel like it's a creepy situation, don't get yourself involved in that. So those are the couple things that I wanted to kind of share with you guys in terms of spray tanning men. I spray tan personal trainers. I do have regular male clients who are personal trainers, bodybuilders, guys like that, guys who are coming with their wives. Men actually tend to like it. After their first spray tan, they huff and puff that they don't want to do. Normally they don't want to do it, but once they do it, understand how good it feels and how they understand how women feel about getting it, and they feel better. A lot of men do come to me on a regular basis now. So although I may have only spray tanned maybe 10 or 15 men in the last 3 years, a lot of them are returning clients because they do love the way a spray tan feels. So set up your own rules and regulations in terms of what a spray tan will look like. Make sure you go with your gut, you stick to what is important to you, and have this talk with your significant other, because I can promise you, if you don't, it's a situation that will come up. Have that line of communication. If your significant other is just not okay with you doing it, take that into consideration. No spray tan is worth your safety or the cost of a relationship. I mean, have some compromise in it. So those are my tips for spray tanning men and a spray tan as a spray tan technician. I'd love to hear your guys' concerns or questions that you guys may have in terms of doing those things. I'd love to hear stories if you have them. So like I said, if you have any other questions, let me know. Don't forget, I offer online spray tan training, one-on-one spray tan training here in Southern California. I'm in Ventura County. Make sure you like, subscribe to my channel. I've got some more great videos that are going to be coming out in terms of videos that I've never seen done before in terms of spray tanning. I can't wait to talk to you guys about those because it's fun. It's what we do, and some of these videos are going to be videos that you never thought issues existed in terms of spray tanning until somebody actually talks about them. So I hope it helps. Talk to you guys soon.